If you are a patriotic Ghanaian, there are certain politicians you should never vote for in your lifetime. Instead, they should be named and shamed. Although it is common knowledge that politicians in general are corrupt, some of the politicians at least show concern for the poor. However, there are at least 3 politicians who have shown their disdain for the poor and the desire to rip them of their little resources. They rob the widow of their bread and the fatherless of their cloth. Let me explain how. In the heart of Ghana, education stands as a beacon of hope and transformation. Yet, for many families, the path to higher learning is fraught with financial hurdles and limited opportunities. But scholarships serve as lifeline, and study abroad programs open doors to world-class education and offer economic relief, lifting the weight of financial burden from families. Scholarships have changed the status of many generations, thus they are sacred to developing worlds like Ghana. Funds which were supposed to lift families with brilliant children went to politicians. According to the Auditor General's report, GT Fund Secretariat from 2012 to 2017 did not advertise scholarship applications. For 5 years, the right Ghanaians were denied the support that they needed to change future generations and help develop skills to contribute to the development of the country. Politicians used what is rightfully for needy students for their pleasure. It should be noted that countries such as China, South Korea, Malaysia, and a state such as Dubai used the scholarship system to develop their country. But in Ghana, politicians prevent the citizens from using this opportunity for the needed skills development. The devil has taken over the administration of the GT Fund. The Board of Trustees kept mute while the administrator gave the lifeline resources for the needy to the politicians. One required a note on a card from a politician to get a scholarship. Richard Bodu, the instrument used for this evil deed, has been praised by many journalists and even awarded for such objectionable act. He has used the fund to make friends for himself within the political cycles to the detriment of the poor. Thus, instead of being named and shamed, he is praised and promoted. Now let me talk about 3 ministers of state who benefited from the clandestine activities of Richard Bodu and why they should never be in political office. These are the then Labour and Employment Minister, Ignatius Baffour-Awuah, ex-Education Minister, Matthew Opoku Prempeh, and ex-Deputy Majority Leader and Member of Parliament for Dome Kwabena, Sarah Adwoa Safo. The first is Adwoa Safo. Adwoa's father is one of the richest pastors and industrialists in Ghana. Adwoa entered the University of Ghana Faculty of Law at 17, where she obtained Bachelor of Law, LLB, degree in 2002 and continued to the Ghana School of Law. And was called to the bar in October 2004 at the age of 22. Adwoa holds Master of Laws, LLM, from one of the best universities in the world, the George Washington University Law School. That is not all, she also holds a postgraduate diploma in Public Procurement Law and Policy from the University of Nottingham. Adwoa has worked in high places in the world, not just Ghana. She worked at the Office of the Attorney General for the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C. in the United States. In Ghana, she has worked in some of the best law firms as a private legal practitioner while concurrently serving on the Mediation Committee of the Legal Aid Board of Ghana as a mediator. Adwoa worked as the first legal officer of the Public Procurement Authority, PPA, for 2 years. Adwoa Safo was first elected as the Member of Parliament for Dome Kwabena in 2012. She was re-elected in the 2016 and 2020 elections. It should be noted that she receives ex gratia after every 4 years. She was Deputy Majority Leader of the 7th Parliament of the Republic of Ghana and is the only female MP in Ghana to ascend to the number 2 position of the Majority Front. She was appointed Minister of State in charge of government procurement in 2017, serving till 2021. We all know the rot associated with the procurement office. Despite her wealthy background and the enormous opportunities at her boss Sam, Adwoa Safo still took the scholarship meant for the needy and benefited from the $4.7 million scholarships to persons who do not qualify for the financial assistance. Does she have a human heart? Do you think she cares about you? This is not just greed, this is evil. Please do not vote for her if you have the chance. The second person in focus is Ignatius Baffour-Awuah, born August 24, 1966. He had his bachelor's degree in accounting in 1992. That is not all, he also has a postgraduate diploma in management consultancy. Han Baffour-Awuah started his career as an accountant working with the European Union-funded microprojects in Adwoa. He then worked as a management trainee and eventually became the operations manager for Nsoderman Rural Bank. In 2001, he made his official entrance into local politics, being appointed as the District Chief Executive, DCE, for the Sunyani District Assembly. He served as the DCE for 4 years before becoming the Deputy Regional Minister of the Brong-Ahafo region in 2005, and later in 2006 to 2008 he was made the Substantive Regional Minister. He ran for Member of Parliament for the Sunyani West constituency and won in the 2008 parliamentary elections. He was re-elected as MP in 2012 and 2016. Baffour-Awuah is a member of House Committee, a member of Privileges Committee, and also a member of Committee of Selection Committee. Thus he has been taking ex gratia every 4 years since 2008 while taking various committee-based allowances. The question is, what would make such a successful person go for the scholarship meant for bright but needy students? Do not vote for such a person. He is insensitive and greedy. He does not care about the suffering masses. The third evil politician is Matthew Opoku. Prempeh was born on May 23, 1968 to Ohinaba Kwame Kayertwai, one of the many sons of the 14th Asantehene, Otumfuo Agyeman Prempeh I. He came from a very rich background. He started his basic education at Nust Primary and continued to Prempeh College in Kumasi. He studied human biology and medicine at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Nust. He continued with postgraduate studies in MSc, Clinical Epidemiology at the Netherlands Institute of Health Sciences in 1998 and at the Kennedy School of Government at Harvard University, where he studied leadership and government. That is not all, he pursued postgraduate training in surgery in the UK as well. He served as a member of the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons of the United Kingdom from 1999 to 2003. He was the CEO of Keydmap Security Services Limited from 2004 to 2009. He was first elected to Parliament in 2008 and has been taking ex gratia and other incentives. He has become the Education and Trade Minister. Despite all the opportunities at his disposal, he still took what should change the lives of the less privileged, and she insists he would do it again and again given the opportunity. This is a person with an evil heart and does not have human feelings for the masses. Voting for a person like this only destroys our nation. Ghanaians should remember the crisis his administration as Education Minister brought on Ghanaian parents. Instead of building on the foundation laid by the Kuffer government on the school placement system, he chose to invent the wheel again, creating problems for parents and children. Let's remember how his administration tortured teachers with licensing and made life difficult for teachers. Let's remember how he tried to introduce sexuality education to indoctrinate our children with the homosexual, pansexual and the LGBTQIA+ agenda. Vote against Napo when you can. He is a danger. Say no to heartless politicians. Ghana must progress. You can encourage me by liking, subscribing and sharing this video. Thank you for your support.